The yellow rose of Texas is the only girl I love. Her eyes are even bluer than Texas skies above. Her heart's as big as Texas, and wherever I may go, I'll remember her forever because I love her so.
The stars at night are big and bright. Deep in the heart of Texas, the prairie sky is wide and high. Deep in the heart of Texas, the sage in bloom is like perfume. Deep in the heart of Texas, reminds me of the one I love. Deep in the heart of Texas. Hook 'em. Woo! Okay, now, I'm not sure if you know this or not, but I am a Texan. Yes, I know! How could this be?
No.
A tall, good-looking, smart, funny, and rugged man like myself. A proud, natural-born Texican? Go on. But I assure you, it is absolutely true. Full disclosure, I love Texas. It is my home. It's in my heart. It's in my very soul. It is who I am. Now, this may come as a bit of a shock, but Texans are really proud of their state. We put its flag on everything, and we put the state's shape on even more things. You could buy Texas-shaped cornbread pans and Texas-shaped steaks. Put very simply, Texans love Texas more than just about anything else. So, here's the thing. Texas, it's not for everyone. You have to be a special kind of badass to survive here. Our weather is oppressive, our flora and fauna are actively trying to kill you, and we're not Southern, we're not Western, we are Texans. All rules that apply to every place else simply just don't apply here. Now, I'll admit right now that there are many things about my beloved state that cause me great sadness and distress. The fact that Canadian-born Raphael Ted is definitely not a Texan Cruz, and John Cornyn keep getting elected to represent us in the Senate is horrifying. Greg Abbott can suck a big fat bag of... baguettes. Louis Gohmert is a complete waste of enzymes, and every jackass that substitutes the cannon on the Battle of Gonzales come and take it flag for an AR-15 is a pathetic little bitch.
Yep.
But we have provided some of the greatest thinkers, artists, and history makers to the world. Just a short list of notable Texans. LBJ and Dwight Eisenhower, Texans. Dan Rather, Bob Schieffer, Sam Donaldson, and Linda Ellerby, born in Texas. Wes Anderson, Mike Judge, Robert Rodriguez, Richard Linklater, Matt Stone, Carol Burnett, Jamie Foxx, Steve Martin, Matthew McConaughey, Bill Paxton, Debbie Reynolds, Gene Roddenberry, transcendent character actor Stephen Tobolowsky, that's right, kids, Neil knows Ned the Head Ryerson, and countless other amazing actors and performers came into the world in the great state of Texas. Beyonce, Chris Christopherson, Buddy Holly, Roy Orbison, all the guys from ZZ Top, and Snoop Dogg's guru, the indomitable legend Willie Nelson, are Texans as well. I'm told there are many sports ball legends of the highest order that are Texans, but I don't know enough about sports to give them the credit they deserve. There's no category of human achievement that doesn't include at least one representative from the Lone Star State. But Xander, I hear you asking in your West Coast whine, what is the deal with all this Texas stuff? Well, Valley douche, I'll tell you. A few weeks back, a think piece was published on the Business Insider website by some candy ass complaining about how awful it was to move from San Diego to Austin. The candy ass in question, self-described semiconductor industry sales executive Brett Alder, wasted several lines of column space bitching about his move from California to Texas. I don't have time to unpack all the ways that his analysis is worthless, pusillanimous garbage, but I feel honor-bound to address some of the highlights. First, let's make it clear that Brett moved his family from a 2,000 square foot home in San Diego to a 4,000 square foot home in Austin with, quote, 10,000 square feet of grass. Just for context, San Diego is latitudinally 200 miles north of Austin. San Diego is in the same temperature range as Charleston, South Carolina. Both have an average high temperature in August between 77 and 87 degrees Fahrenheit. Austin is 3 degrees south of Tunisia. You know, where they filmed Tatooine for Star Wars. The average high temperature in Austin in August is 96 degrees without adding in 60 to 80% humidity. Keep this in mind, it's important. Among the myriad of complaints Brett had was the cost of energy and water. Let's, for a moment, ignore the point that the average annual pay for good jobs in Austin is $55,000 per year, and the same in San Diego is $79,000 per year. The cost of heating, cooling, and watering a 2,000 square foot versus a 4,000 square foot home in an area with a much larger yard and a 20 to 25 degree average ambient temperature difference is incomparable. Brett also added a much larger yard and apparently a half-court basketball area for his budget. So, how shall I put this? No shit, Sherlock! You doubled your housing space, and I'm assuming more than quadrupled your yard size. Of course it's gonna be a bit more spendy. That's on you. Maybe before you, quote, uproot your family and move across 4 states, do some frickin' research. Another one of his whiny complaints was the lack of diversity. Since many of you are not intimately aware with the particulars of Austin living, I'll let you know that the Bee Caves area that he moved his family to is not only well known for being ridiculously expensive, because it's where all the celebrities that move to Austin live, but it's also white AF. Had he wanted some diversity in his neighbors, may I suggest Southeast Austin? Though it is reasonable to assume that he may not have been able to find a 4,000 square foot home with a 10,000 square foot yard and a basketball half court off of East Riverside and Montopolis.
Yep.
Yeah.
One of his other big complaints was about the environment. It was too hot. It was too humid. There are too many murder bugs. The grass, the trees, and the air are trying to kill you. Yeah, pumpkin, you're right. They are. Living in Texas is advanced citizenship. You know why we wear boots? Because the grass and the things living in it are trying to end and eat you. Side note here, I went to a comedy show a few years back at the Paramount Theater, where Chris D'Elia complained about having to buy denim shorts to deal with the heat in summer in Texas. He immediately lost the audience because we were all like, yeah, dipshit, the shorts keep you cool, and the denim is ass armor against everything trying to kill you. Let's also take a moment to talk about his moaning over our alleged rudeness. I don't even know where to start with this. Texans are some of the most decent people on the planet. We will give you the shirt off our backs, all the sweet tea in our fridge, and an extra helping of our barbecue because, well, we always make extra. Brett says, our friends from Tennessee also confirmed that Austin does not conform to the notion of Southern hospitality. Well, yeah, dickweed, we aren't Southern. The South is 300 miles north of here. A couple of hot takes. Quote, I kid you not, he says this. Aside from the fact that everything is private, where are you going to go anyway? I'm not sure if you knew this or not, but Texas is big. I mean, really big. You could fit all of the United Kingdom and add in Denmark just for grins, and you'd still have a bit of space left. If you live in Austin, it takes a minimum of 5 hours to drive to the next closest state. It's almost faster to drive to Mexico than it is to drive to Oklahoma. Besides, why would anybody want to go to Oklahoma anyway? But I digress a bit. He complains that his children were forced to call some of their teachers ma'am or sir. Expecting children to show respect to their elders? Huh, blasphemy! It also says there's a pressure to keep your house immaculate. So you're saying that being expected to take care of your home and not be a bunch of sketch butts and an eyesore to everyone in your neighborhood is too hard to manage? Also, traffic on I-35 is bad. Really? We didn't notice. Because I hear that driving the I-5 is such a breeze. Then, business networking by attending the local high school football games it comes as a complete shock to this guy. I guess he never heard of Friday Night Lights. While we're on the subject of hanging out at a football game, Brett, precious, the dad in the "Don't Move to Austin" t-shirt was talking to you, jackass. And he wraps up his uninformed diatribe thusly. If you're moving to Austin, make sure it's because of the things that it offers: downtown lifestyle, barbecue, football, live music, nice houses, and professional opportunity. And that you won't miss the things you're leaving behind: good weather, public spaces, etc. Well, when you put it that way, Brett, I completely understand why you hated it in Austin. You like things that suck and dislike all things awesome. And one final point. You claim to have bumped into University of Texas, hook 'em, Moody College of Communications professor and Academy Award winner Matthew McConaughey at your kid's flag football game. While you're bragging about your lame claim to fame, you conveniently ignore McConaughey's primary reason for his possible run for governor of Texas. Quote, "Don't be trying to turn here into why you left there." I will make it very simple and use small words so all non-Texans may easily understand this concept. People, stop trying to California or Texas. And if I might add, if you California or Austin, then they will Austin my Round Rock. And that will not do. We'll be right back.